everyone, welcome or welcome back here to my channel where I play Planet Zoo. My name is Nisse and today we're gonna take a look at the European Midnight Pack by SibCDC. Sorry, that was letters I needed to remember. It's not a matter I've seen anything by before, but let's have a look. We have something in here with the nature tab down here. And we have, first of all, this massive, big, dead tree, which I really like. It is flexi-colored, so if you want a much more gray tone, you can do that. If you want a little more brown one, you can do that. If you want it to appear very mushy, you can find a mushy color, or you can make a fairy tale tree if that's what you want. It's totally up to you, but the option is there. Then over here we have these 4 pieces, Cave Rock 1, 2, 3 and 4. These two are pretty much the same. Maybe it's a centimeter bigger this one than this one, but it isn't the biggest difference, and they are also flexi-colored. Then we have these ones, and I was actually a little shocked that they place like this. Actually, they don't. They place like this, so you need to pull it up. But what I normally would do with it, I would do like this. And then I would maybe put them in a tropical house, put in a snake or a spider in here, put a little bit of leaves, fill it up, and then block out here and here and put in a glass piece, if you can imagine that. So this would be a tiny habitat for a animal that the guests shouldn't go into, that you can place into a bigger habitat and make it feel like it's the same habitat, but have your guest on a safe distance. That would be a thing I would maybe use it to. It looks very plasticky. You can also see here it have some weird angles. It really aren't round at all. It have this is a flat surface, and that is a flat surface, and that is a flat surface. So it probably won't appear real, but I like it either way. Then we have the 2 balls here, and I kind of feel like they are pulled out of the exhibit boxes, especially this one. And I know there are another pack that also have a wall much like this, which kind of looks like the same, but I'm not sure. It's called Desert Rock Panel, and then we have the Rainforest Rock Panel over here, and neither of them are flexi-colored. Jumping over to facilities, we have 2. We have this very standard trash can here, which for me, it reminds me so much of every single cheap trash can when I was a child. Zoos had them, schools have them, libraries had them in different sizes and shapes, but it was pretty much this, so it makes sense for me to have this opportunity. Then we have 1 bench, which is this one, and it's flexi-colored, I haven't noticed. So we have 3 colors here. We have the green one, which are these markings, I believe. So we can make them blue. Okay, it doesn't change anything. Then we have dark color here that we make yellow. That didn't do anything either. And then we have this last color here. If we make that purple, then what? Okay, so it seems like you have the opportunity to change color, but it doesn't work actually. But the coloration here and the detail looks down here. It looks like kind of symbols that we have of on the old is it stone hills in English, where the Vikings buried their leaders and bigger men and women under these hills, where they put these giant rocks on the top, and it kind of looks like that design wise. You have probably also seen some of it in Viking inspired tattoos, which are kind of the same, but they are not complete in any way, which I like. It really looks very used, so it's kind of cool. Then we have two different walls. We have this one and this one, and I know they're both bricks, but they have two very different feels. It kind of a 80 design, I would say. This one over here is flexi colored, as you can see here. Though this is here, can you see what I pick? Yeah, that very red color I pick here doesn't appear here. It will appear darker on the wall here, whatever I choose. Jumping over here, that is also flexi colored. And it's, if I pick the same red color, then it appears lighter here than it did on the other one, but it's still not as light as appears here. So you need to pick a lighter color than you actually want. We have both of them as the roof, of course, and then we have this roof, which is one of my favorites. Painted striggle roof, which I have no idea what it means, but we have 4 different colorations, so I make one of them red. That's the most of it. Then we make the next one yellow. This is those pieces in between, so you can kind of make it so it appears some of them are older than other. Then we make a green. Can you see what turned green? I have an idea, but I'm not sure. And then we have the last one we turned blue. That's down here. If I hadn't chosen this one, if I had chosen this one, then I'm not sure. But the one I made green here. Oh, I can't see it on that either. But the blue one I picked also go up there. That's kind of makes sense. Then we have these pieces, and we have these very beautiful one. This isn't an European pack, it's specifically midnight European pack. So this is beautiful, and you will have them in, if I can remember where they are placed, here. In a lot of different variation, but not all of them, I feel like. But you will have enough to make them fit roughly where you want, both with these ones and with these ones. They are quite beautiful. And they have so much depth here. We have the rocky front, we have the orange fall, grass and trees, and then we have a kind of a desert in the back. I really like that. Jumping on, we have some pillars here. We have this, which are very, very old European style, and then again we have these in that 80s style. Then we have this, which are kind of unique. Just jumping out of that. And the fun thing here is, I'm just lifting it up, that you don't get any pieces that fit with it. But I'm pretty sure if we say Arctic, is it over here? It's the same shape as this one? No, it's not the same. You see here, the shape is different. This is more rounded than that. So you need to very customize this to make it make sense if you want that. Then down, coming out of that. Then we have here our flashing windows. They are windows, they don't flash normally. I think it's because they can't figure out with the ground here. But when you place them up here, then you get something different. I would like to show you though. I don't know how else to show you, so we're just gonna do this. And then we're gonna find the sun. Where is the sun? Oh, the sun is very high. Can we do that? Here you can see you get the sun effect through it. And I have also used this in Future Life Africa, where I made a restaurant with this piece in the middle, and it looks very good, if I may say so myself. So therefore, if you want to see that, I can link it in the description. I never use these. Never. Which is a shame, because this is also very European. And it is both something you see in medieval builds, but also in newer builds, again with the 80s style, where it's normally would be more themed, like this is green, blue, yellow, something in between there. A little bit of orange, but it keeps within a color scheme here, so it would be more like this than this that we did a lot in the 80s as well. Then we have the old Irish pub, which I love the sign. It's amazing. I haven't used it, but I love it. Then we have this clock. Again, if you do a lot of interior work, it's beautiful. Then we have this part here. Very beautiful, also stonework, and it's something that you might see in a lot of castles. I actually live 5 minutes away from a castle in Denmark, but it's not a functional castle anymore. It was donated by the royal family in Denmark, and now it is a... what's it called? When you reach 9th or 10th grade in Denmark, you can choose to, instead of continue on the school you are on, then you can choose a school where you have kind of a funnier year where you live there. You get a house or a depending on the school. Sometimes you get a house, sometimes you get a what's it called, a group of rooms that is your family while you're there, and then they will have, of course, this school topics you normally have, but then they will also have other ones. And we have one of those schools out here, which again is an old castle, so it has some of that, and also some of those beautiful stone lions out front, which we don't get in this pack. I would love that, but this is very old medieval church windows. We have churches that old here in Denmark, so again I approve. It is very European. Celtic Course, I think it's called. What did he actually call it? Yeah, Celtic Crush. Yes, sorry, I pronounced that wrong. Very European, of course. Then we get to something that I don't personally think is European, but large crystal cluster here. And then we have the aquatic wall light, which also are kind of crystals, but this is a light, this is not. So if we go, and I haven't tested this, but I assume that it will. Yeah, we have this issue we have with a lot of these where the light is based beneath it. So you see the light around it, but this doesn't light off. It seems like kind of it keeps light in, which I find weird. So it doesn't work the way I would want it to work, but besides that, it is still quite beautiful. maybe not in that color, but then luckily we have the flexi color. So we have the light color you can change. Oh, so we gonna go to the night again. So now it's red, now it's green, blue. Then we have the plaster color, which I think we need to see in daylight. I can click the right place now. There. It doesn't really change anything. And then we have the plaster color. Plaster color and plaster color. So you can have it in whatever your heart desires color. Is that also? That's also flexi color. So here it have that very dark kind of obsidian color, but you can decide which color you like. I will say though it have a hint of gray, so if you pick the light color, the gray will kind of overshadow it. If you choose the most pigment in blue here, it becomes darker, and again with the red where it becomes darker. Then we have a gargoyle, and I am disappointed because if you're giving me a gargoyle, you need to give me at least 3. That's my only issue with it, because it's very nice, it's very medieval. And it's kind of what confuses me about this pack is that we don't see consistency. This is a very medieval, and that it's very 80s. Then we have this, what's it called, guard box, which kind of feels a little old. The fence here also looks kind of gothic. I love that though. Then we have a telephone box, which really isn't medieval, and it's very British, not European. I know the Brit are a part of Europe, but this red telephone box is very British and very new British, because they used to be sorry, I thought wrong. It's the police box that's blue. Sorry, I have seen too much Doctor Who. But it's very British and not all-rounded European. Then we have this fox, which I like a lot, but I don't know what it does in this specific pack. Then we have these 2 wall pieces, and they are the same. I have checked, it's the same as we have in nature. I just wanted to place them here because they are also placed in construction. Then we have 3 pumpkins, and this pack is so much older than the one we have from the ones we just got with the new DLC. So it's not the same, it's not a copy work, it's made from scratch. And then I believe the last thing we have here is this, is it a crow? Yeah, crow. So it's pretty much all we got in this box. It's kind of medium size for a prop mod box. I know it's not a box, but from these prop mods, it's very in the middle. It's not too small, it's not too big. It's also a box where a lot of the things have a story that you can just go right in through. You have some of the gothic things here, which is very medieval. Then you have some 80s. If you want an older European zoo, that you maybe want to build an older European zoo and then try to rework it to make it modern later, then this is so perfect for that. Most zoos have very old buildings combined with newer buildings in between, so it would make sense. These are beautiful. I love them so much. This, could you picture a Into the Night house with nocturnal animals, and then just have this wall all around, and maybe take the little light here. And then if you could place it. Oh man. Have position snap, that's why I can. But if you could place it as the stars, that would be cool. So cool. I would love that so much. Maybe use the smaller one would make more sense, but yeah, could you imagine that? That would be cool. This also, it's very orange, so you need a building to match it, but you can still tell a beautiful story. If you don't want the faux rocks pack, then here is something that you can start working on. These could be so cool for a snake or something like that. Again, this is so... I don't think I ever want to use this, because I like to really theme my things. But I like having the opportunity. As I said, this is my childhood, basically. We have those everywhere. Today we have prettier ones, but back then we have these overall. This is beautiful, and even if you don't want to use it on a bench, the issue is it won't place anywhere that isn't a path. But I could kind of get an idea about placing these around. Some kind of centerpiece would be very cool. So yeah, medium pack here. If you are into these builds, never get a prop pack if you aren't into building at all. But are you into these themed build and are inspired by this, then you could really get some good use out of it. It doesn't have that many of these small props that you can use again and again and again. Some of the other packs have like small wooden or metal things that you can use in every single build. This pack doesn't have that. This pack is a very themed pack. So if you're into that, then go for it. Otherwise, maybe wait until you feel inspired by anything here. I will say though, SibCDC did go in here and both tag them as European. So if you go for European, then you will give everything that tagged with European. But you also have the tag European Midnight Pack. So you can also find them that way. And then some of them of course have Lexicolor, glass, non-grid, grid, different tags. But these two packs then tags, then you will find all of these. It has this nice blue mark up here. I just looked at the Indian pack, have the pinkish purple. The Safari Pro pack have the orange, so it's really nice when modders use these to what's it called? To make it easier for us. Again, if I go in here and just look at modded, okay, a little issue here. The European Midnight Pack here is not listed as modded, so you can't use the modded pack. But you can see here we have the orange, we have the little green beetle here for the exhibit animal props. We have the... what else we have? We have the little green here for exhibit prop pack. We have this rocky gray thing for the faux rocks pack. We have the chair for general zoo pack. I don't believe all of them have. Here we have the one of JoJo's packs. She have two birds pack. This one have bird up in the corner. This one is from the other of the birds pack, so it's not both of them that have that. So that really helps us pull them apart. The gift shop pack have this pink purplish gift up here. India pack, as I said before. So that helps us out so much. So if you are a modder out there and see this, please remember to use them. For me, who loves to build themes, builds, love and hate this, because there are things in here that I am inspired by. Again, the log, these, the glass pieces here. I didn't use that in a European build. I made it as a modern stone building. Again, I will link that video below, because I really like how I ended up using it. Like a window to get in light. These, again, they are heavily themed, but don't necessarily need the other ones to work. So yeah, that's pretty much all I'll say here. There will be some of you that where this is the perfect bag, and there will be some of you who doesn't really see the idea of this, and that's just totally natural, and that's how it should be. So I just want to end out by plugging my own Instagram. It's Nisse Pedersen. It's on the screen now, and I'm pretty sure I also have the link in the bottom of the description. So you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification so you know the next time I upload a video. I really hope to see you again either in the comments below or in the next video. Bye guys.